Last season in the WNBA, it was no secret. Caitlin Clark took some of the hardest and roughest hits we've seen in the league, despite having a record-breaking year. You'd think the league would have realized by now that they need to protect their biggest star. But here we are again. And sadly, it looks like nothing has changed.
Walker Kimbrough. Brianna Jones coming off a EuroLeague championship. Just a miscommunication and Caitlin Clark taking advantage of no weak side help.
As the Indiana Fever wrapped up a perfect preseason, one moment set off a wave of criticism and raised real questions about officiating in the upcoming 2025 WNBA season. It happened in the third quarter against the Atlanta Dream. Caitlin Clark, still working her way back from injury, drove hard to the basket, just like she always does. But after colliding with Atlanta's Rhyne Howard and falling to the floor, the referees stayed silent. No whistle, no foul. Clark stayed down, clearly expecting a call. Fans? They were not happy. If you're someone who cares about fair play, player safety, and the future of the WNBA, this is a moment worth paying attention to. Social media blew up almost instantly. One fan wrote, "New year, same story. Caitlin Clark gets hit and no foul. All right, whatever." Another said, "She never went to the free throw line once. It's frustrating." But not everyone agreed. Some thought Clark made the contact look worse than it was. One person said, "She kind of flopped there." Another didn't hold back, writing, "Biggest crybaby flopper the league's ever seen." The play was broken down frame by frame. Some people said Caitlin Clark initiated the contact by hooking Rhyne Howard or extending her arm. Others believed it was clearly a foul that should have been called. But either way, the moment raised a bigger issue: how rising stars like Clark are being officiated and whether enough is being done to protect them. If Clark was shaken by the hit, she didn't show it. She's known for staying calm under pressure. After taking a hard shoulder from Chicago's Chennedy Carter last season, she said, "I feel like I'm at the point where you just accept it. You don't retaliate. Let them hit you, stay focused, and keep playing." That mindset clearly hasn't changed. Clark isn't playing the victim. She's here to lead. But that doesn't mean the league can stay quiet. The WNBA is growing fast, and with that comes more attention and more pressure to protect its stars, especially when rookies like Clark are taking hit after hit with no calls. Fans are paying attention. The league is at a turning point. Physical. Play is part of the game, but consistent, fair officiating is a must if the WNBA wants to be taken seriously. These moments don't just affect one player, they shape how the whole season is viewed. As the 2025 season gets underway, this isn't just about a missed call. It's about whether the league is ready to stand up for its stars. The WNBA's future and its reputation is on the line. Fans and critics will be watching closely. For more updates on the biggest moments, controversies, and rising stars across the league, make sure to subscribe. Now let's talk about the hottest player battles in the WNBA this year. These four names are leading some of the most competitive roster fights happening right now. The WNBA regular season is almost here, but for many players it's not just excitement they're feeling, it's pressure. With rosters being finalized and cuts underway, training camp has turned into a fight for survival. Teams can start with up to 18 players in camp, but most are now trimming down to just 11 or 12. For fringe players, especially rookies and invitees, time is running out. Their chance to make a WNBA roster all comes down to this final stretch. Before we dive into the most competitive roster battles around the league, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more expert-level WNBA coverage. Let's start in Atlanta, where the Dream are facing a tough decision with their crowded wing rotation. Taylor, Taya Cooper, Maya Caldwell, and Ashley Jones are all competing for what might be just one open spot. Caldwell could have the edge. She's already spent 2 seasons with Atlanta. But Jones brings solid three-point shooting from her time at Iowa State. Taylor is known for her athleticism, and Sears, once considered a potential first-rounder, is looking for redemption after being waived by Golden State. Even Haley Jones, a 2023 draft pick, isn't safe. While she's a strong passer, she struggled with scoring, especially from long range, shooting just 21.4% from three over her first 2 seasons. With stars like Brittany Griner and Brianna Jones now on the roster, the Dream need guards who can space the floor. That said, an injury to Chicago's Jordan Canada could open the door for someone like Jones to get another shot elsewhere. Right, now, it's all about finding the right fit. Haley Van Lith has her spot locked in, and the Chicago Sky have just one front court position left. That decision will likely come down to Maddie Westbeld or Morgan Birch. Westbeld brings strong shooting from deep, nearly 35% on over 350 attempts at Notre Dame. She's already familiar with the team and is currently on a training camp contract. With bigs like Camila Cardoso and Elizabeth Williams dominating the paint, Chicago needs a forward who can stretch the floor, and Westbeld could be that piece. Over in Indiana, it's a classic choice between a guard and a forward. Michaela Thompson and Jaylen Brown were in the running for the final roster spot, until Brown was recently waived. Brown had scoring ability and WNBA experience with Dallas. Thompson, a 2025 draft pick, brings defense and frontcourt depth. But Indiana already has Aaliyah Boston and Natasha Howard, which complicates things. One wild card, Brianna Turner. Her contract isn't guaranteed. If the Fever let her go, they could keep both Thompson and Brown. Meanwhile, Washington is in full rebuild mode, and all eyes are on their rookie guards. Georgia Amour's injury has opened the door for others to step up, including Zia Cook, Lucy Olson, and Lauren Jensen. Green brings athleticism, Olson offers steady all-around play, and Jensen, who joined late, might be the best three-point shooter of the bunch. With the Mystics focused on development, one of these young guards is likely to make the final roster. As the preseason wraps up, every minute on the court counts. For these players, it's make or break time. The drama is just beginning. Subscribe for more WNBA updates, breakdowns, and all things leading into Caitlin Clark's highly anticipated sophomore season.
Hi, I'm Caitlin Clark, guard for the Indiana Fever.
Caitlin Clark came into the WNBA as the most impactful women's basketball player we've seen in a generation.
Here's Clark. Oh, what a dime! And Mitchell